What
in
page
there.
you doing it on?
The I am the truth. I changed the name.
Oh, okay, it should pop up. It should pop up once you start it. I can get up under there.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I said, all right, I'm going to it now.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me make this quick little live. It's I was so upset yesterday when I saw that they found the little Camille McKinney when they found her dead. But I'm making this live now because this is to tell you, first of all, we need to, as black men, where's the black men at? Because ain't no black men no more. Ain't no black men no more. Y'all need to get up, and black men, y'all need to get up, and you need to, need to protect our women. We need to protect our children. And my question to all of y'all is, to all y'all young mothers, because y'all young mothers don't do nothing with your kids. Y'all don't do nothing. When I say y'all don't do nothing, y'all don't do nothing with your kids. Who the hell lets a 3-year-old outside by herself? And I'm hearing the mother, and I don't believe too much what news reports say, but I'm hearing stuff about the mother was at a football game. Who was watching the baby? Who was watching the baby? All the adults need to be locked up. And I got my chat is open. Anybody want to express their opinions and want to say something, say it. Because it needs to be said. It really needs to be said. Y'all terrible. Y'all, it's terrible. You know, it's really sad that that they would let a 3-year old out. And there was a little boy that was talking, and you need to pay, and people need to start paying attention to kids. When kids talk, even though they're young, kids know a lot. They interviewed a little boy, and the little boy, he told it. He sounded like he could have been 8 or 9 or 10. He was a little boy. You could tell he was a little boy. And he told the story. He said the little girl, they lured that little girl with candy. With candy. She wanted candy. And they lured her in their truck because the boy, when I listened to it last night on Queen's Throne's channel, and like and subscribe to Queen's Throne 369, her channel, because she gives in-depth reports on it, and she posted an interview that they had put up with a little boy and a lady. The lady, they didn't show the little boy's face. What they did was they took and they let the little boy talk. The little boy said that he saw the car. He saw the lady in the car. The lady did not have no children with her, and they offered candy to the kids. And that little Camille, little cupcake, went and she got in the car. She got in the car. He said that they switched cars, and they switched 1 or 2 times. And the adult who was with him, she didn't show his face, which was all right. That was okay. She didn't have to show his face. But they didn't listen to him. He said they switched the cars. He told how many times they switched it. He told the lady didn't have no kids in the car, and the baby got in the car with the people. Got the people. He saw it all. And you got to learn how to, you know, right, Mike. These dudes ain't, man. You leave a 3-year-old child on the side there. And these women ain't right either. It's these young girls raising these babies. Y'all have these babies. Y'all love these no good, no good niggas. And I don't usually say that word too much. Not when I'm talking on YouTube. But somebody need to talk about it. They sure do. They need to talk about it. Because these kids, they ain't doing these kids right. They are not doing these kids right. And the police, please, the police ain't gonna look for our kids. They ain't gonna look for our kids. They ain't gonna look for nobody who kill us. They ain't. Just like about to be December 5th, gonna be 2 years, I think. In my hometown, they killed that girl in Patterson. Y'all know in Patterson they snatched that girl out the parking lot. Ain't nobody doing nothing. I don't hear nobody talking about it. But everybody get up on this World Star. They get up on everything. They get up on World Star. They get up and do any and every old kind of thing. Talk about this, that, and the other, and talk about stuff that don't make no sense. Following that old reality TV, worried about this one, what Masika doing, and this one who fighting this one. But ain't nobody out here in the community watching these kids. They don't watch us. We ain't got no more big mamas in our communities that watch our children. No, we ain't got nothing in our community no more but a bunch of foolishness and a bunch of young, dumb women looking for love in all the wrong places and trying to be like Kim Kardashian and Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj, she done married a known sex offender. So these are the people that these girls are emulating, you know. So so where's the adults? Where's the older people in the community? Where they at? Where y'all at? Why y'all ain't helping these people in there? You know, they need to. I don't know, but ain't nobody don't deal with their messages like that. But they'll go to World Star. They'll be hollering World Star, all that old dumb shit that don't make no damn sense. That's what they do. We got to learn how to protect our children. We got to learn how to protect our children. Yes, we do. We have to learn to protect our children. So we got to learn how to protect our children and protect our communities in general. Um, because if we don't do it, who gonna do it? Look at all the kids that's missing. The kids are missing, and ain't nobody trying to find them. Ain't nobody trying to find out who took them. Ain't nobody find, finding out who took them or doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing with these kids with there. So, Wook, who do you think? Do you think the mother has something to do with it? I don't know. Just like the one in South Carolina, it's crazy. The police don't do nothing for our communities. We sit here. We need to police our communities. You know, and they're stand up dudes. They're stand up guys that will do it. But these young people, I don't know. They too busy in the clubs. They too busy with friendships. The women is too busy looking for men and stuff, looking for craziness, looking for looking for love in all the wrong damn places. But like I said, who, who was watching that baby? Who was watching that baby? And all of them want to be locked up because that's child neglect is the same as child abuse as far as I'm concerned. In South Carolina, I don't know, South Carolina, y'all got to do well. I ain't gonna say y'all, the police and the people in the community. Well, I ain't gonna say the people in the community because I know the people in the community is doing something. But uh, y'all need some new leaders in South Carolina. Some new leaders in South Carolina. We need some black communities all over this country need new leaders. We need new leaders everywhere. Yes, we do. Because too many of our kids is getting missing, and we doing too much foolish celebrity gossip. Uh, Old behind women tooting their ass up in the air. Excuse me, y'all. I didn't mean to cuss, but tooting their old behinds up in the air and talk about somebody want them. Can you do this and do that? All that old foolishness. Old women and ain't teaching these young girls nothing. They ain't teaching these young girls nothing. They don't know their head from their toe. And I'm putting it nicely. But yet, they stream it. They stream it how the old women stream it, throwing their legs up in the air, talking about they this and that, do you want me and that, and they teaching kids nothing but how to be a damn fool, because they a fool as hell. But anyway, I don't went off the subject. I don't went off the deep end, but they said I think it's a sex trafficking ring. I really do. Excuse me, my nose is stuffy. I got a cold. Uh, I think it's a sex trafficking ring or something. And this another thing. We need to get on these law enforcement. When our children go missing, we ought to demand that they do Amber Alerts. Do Amber Alerts, because Amber Alerts go nationwide, and I think that's how they caught the little Camille little cupcake. I think that's how they caught the people so quick, because they the Amber when that Amber Alert went out, it made that little girl too hot for them to touch and take anywhere, and they wound up killing her. Yep, that's right, Mike. They only change sin and death, so they don't know righteousness about the significant importance of protecting the women and children of these men. Don't know the wisdom of legacy. Well, to be honest, we ain't got no more big mamas in our communities. We ain't got no more big mamas in our communities. We really don't. We really don't have it. We don't have it no more. Because you know why we don't have it no more, because this is the generation of the children. These are the babies of the babies that had babies in the 80s, when these young girls started having all these kids at 14, 15, 16. These are the children. They were children themselves when they had their babies, and they still want to have fun, you know and that's what it is. And not every young person, and I'm not condemning every young person, because I know some young people, you know, I got proof, testimony, twins sons, and teenage and having twins. And some of these young mothers is on the ball. They are on the ball. They are on point with their kids. They work and they do everything. They don't wait for a welfare check. They don't wait for a child support check and none of that. They get out here and do what they gotta do. So it ain't every young woman. It's just a lot of these girls is they ain't got no mothers, because their mothers was babies when they had them, and everybody want to hang at the bar. They want to be everybody want to be Nicki Minaj. Everybody want to be a Kardashian. Everybody want to be this one and that one. And ain't nobody trying to be a mama, and ain't nobody trying to be a daddy. You know, all these programs they got, child support and stuff, they need to be restructured so that they make these young girls accountable. If you get in welfare, make sure the welfare you take care they take care of the kids. They ain't take care of the kids, they need to take them. And whoever whoever Cupcake's mother was, she need to be put in jail. Because if what they saying is true, and you really can't go by what they say in the news, but they say she went to a football game. Who she leave the baby with? They need to get locked up too, because that was neglect. All of that was neglect, because that little girl should not have been playing out there in that yard by herself. She shouldn't have been running around like that. You know, yeah, you're right, Mike. They throw away Big Mama's whole knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All the moral principles, integrity, standards, self love, and self respect is gone. The the left that chase lust, all that's left is lust and manipulation. Yeah, these girls want these nails. They want to go out with their friends. Well, you want to go out with your friends. I was taught that when you have a child, you lose your childhood. If you have a baby at if you 14, 15, you have a baby, you don't have no more childhood, because you got to take care of that mother. I was raised by old school people, the big mamas, the real big mamas of the family. You know, that's who raised me, and that's how they raised me. if you have a baby, you got to take care of that baby. You know, and I had my son when I was in my 30s. And my dad told me my family they made sure I did. My sister, everybody, they made. And where's everybody? I seen a lot of people was out there talking about they miss Cupcake. They want their granddaughter back and they want their niece back and stuff. Well, if y'all was so concerned about if they were so concerned about their niece, why didn't they help her? See, that's what we got to do. When I raised my son, the people in the neighborhood helped me. He was at when he was a little boy. He when he was young, when he was a little boy, I was home with him. But when I went to work and I was at work, I had the people in the neighborhood help me with him. I can name the people who helped me with my son because I had all the neighbors, women that I knew that I knew from my childhood. Me and the kids played together when we was kids. We grew up together, and they always helped me. The community helped me raise my kid. You people, we got to do better. As black people, we need to do way better than what we doing. We need to do a whole lot better than what we doing with these kids because they killing they snatching our little kids, and I could be wrong, but I do believe that Cupcake was they was going to traffic that little girl. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. But whatever it was crazy. It was real crazy. Because they say the guy was a sex offender. And they say there's a lot of them. Yeah, they play chess and Monopoly with not all of us, but the majority of black people, of the black communities and the lower income communities. And it all ties in. It all ties in because they they have these areas and they give and I don't want to come off as being as being like I'm better than anybody because I don't think I am. And I don't want to come off thinking that people who live in public housing are that I'm better than them because I never lived in public housing. I never in my life lived in public housing. Excuse me. I always lived in private housing. I grew up and my family owned the house. We lived in our own house and stuff. But I don't think. But what I see is landlords like complexes now with this Section 8. A lot of these programs are set up to keep poor people poor, and it, the education level, the things that we need in our communities is gone because of low income wages, low income wages, poor schooling, babies having babies. The justice system is definitely set up against people of color, brown people and black people. It's set up to fail us. It's really set up to fail us. And with this housing, they put all the Section 8 housing in, the people in the public housing and stuff. It 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 all. I hope I'm expressing this right, but in my opinion, all of that ties into to to what's going on with the children. We not it's making us lazy. It's making us complacent that we sit there and we take these things and we don't. Oh man, Mike, you know what I'm trying to say. It is everybody looking for the free ride. They want the free ride. They want all the nice cars. They want all the nice clothes. They want to deal with the foolishness that goes with everything. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. They they want to deal with all the you know, it all ties in. The I can't explain it, But it all ties into, you know, all of the community calls when things happen, you didn't see it or miss it, but it's happening constantly and right in your face. Just the monopoly is all in all our communities and manipulation. Yeah, it is. It's all tied into it. These they ain't got no hope. That's what it seemed like to me. People don't have no hope no more. Black people used to didn't be like that. We used to didn't be like that. We got a we come from a line of strong people. How do you if black people weren't strong, how do you think they survived all these years through slavery, through Jim Crow, through segregation and everything, and we came through it. Black people, when I came up, a lot of black people left the South and stuff. I'm gonna speak on that at another because I'm planning to put something together for Black History Month, uh, something for it to start with because it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yes, that's true too. And I remember when they took prayer out of school. They took the prayer out of public school. Madeline, the lady who did that, her name was Madeline Murray O'Hare. She was an atheist, and she did not want her son to say it. He was young, and he followed his mother. But there's a book out about it. He wrote a book about living with his mother, and she went and petitioned the Supreme Court to take prayer out of public schools. Her life was a shamble. Her life was a mess. Her father was a minister, was a white minister. Her life was a mess, and she didn't believe in God. And you could tell she didn't believe in God because she had no moral standards. She had nothing, and she wound up being killed. And she raised her son as a as an atheist. She told him there was no God. He became a born again Christian, and he said his mother was so wrong. The boy was embedded there, and I remember my grandmother saying the lot of people in the community saying that you know that they shouldn't have taken it out because I went to a Catholic school, but I started out in public school, and I remember in public school when I started, we would say the Our Father, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the Our Father every day, and they took it out of school. And then they took it out of school. And you're right. They took God out of a lot of. They took God out of a lot of everything. And and I remember growing up back in the day. God was everything. Having you know, most of us grew up in faith based homes. We grew up in faith based homes. We did, but yeah, you should we should we should go back to that. But anyway, getting back to these kids, and God is a part of it because people believed in God. They took care of their communities. They took care of their children. They took care of everything back in the day, and we gotta go back to that. We really gotta go back to doing our children, protecting our children, and I, and the little girl, like in South Carolina, she is not right. It was wrong what happened, but then again, you know, murder never killing anybody never makes sense. But she was with her mother. She just if she hadn't been with her mother that day, she would have been alive. And I believe she was I know for a fact she was probably killed because she could tell who did it. That was her reason for being killed. That was her reason for him killing her. Yeah. Well, yeah, the Pledge of Allegiance should have. Yeah, they they left the pledge, but they got rid of the Bible because that crazy woman said get rid of it. That's what they did, They should have got, like you say, they should have got rid of the Pledge of Allegiance, but they did. They kept the Pledge of Allegiance and they got rid of the Bible, and everything been going downhill ever since. And I remember when my mother, when they signed abortion, the law for abortion, um, when they signed that into law, I remember my mother and them saying that it was the end of America as you know it. I was young then, I didn't think nothing about it, but that's what they said. They said it was the end of it. The black, I know the black race is the the black race is not what it used to be. It's not. We are not. Our communities are not what it used to be. Some of it's economic, but a lot of it is that we have um, uh, you know, we yeah, we play. I don't know if kids don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't even think they say the Pledge of Allegiance in school anymore. I really don't think, because I never hear my grandkids talk about they say the Pledge of Allegiance. But I'm asked the twins, do they say it? I'm gonna really ask them, do they say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore? I don't think they do here. Maybe where you at, ooh, but Mike, but they don't do it. I'm gonna ask the girls, do they say the Pledge of Allegiance in school? I think the time that, if I'm not mistaken, like I said, I could be wrong, but I think that the uh, the time that they were doing the Pledge of Allegiance, now they give the kids breakfast and then they start class. I may be wrong because my son almost 40. I ain't had no kids in school, and I never thought to ask the kids, do they say the Pledge of Allegiance? And because tell you the truth, I ain't never asked the kids about it because I ain't thought twice about saying no Pledge of Allegiance. I don't even know how to say it no more. We used to say it all the time when I was in school because that was the thing back then. But I don't even know it no more because I tried to say, well, they that's what I'm saying, Mike. People they done changed up on that. They don't let I don't think they let kids say it because I know the kids, they give the kids breakfast in school. My kids don't eat breakfast in school. They eat breakfast at home, but a lot of the kids do, and they make sure all the kids that come to school are fed. They make sure they feed them. Oh, and this is a little off topic, but I'm going to say this to this too. New Jersey, the state of New Jersey passed a law where no child can be denied a lunch because they can't pay. Everybody gets a free lunch now. I think you, I think everybody gets a lunch. It is like it's no fee. No child is denied the lunch. No child is denied the lunch now. That's just something I just wanted. Yeah, but I'm sure ask the girls, do they uh, do the Pledge of Allegiance in school? I think that's so immaterial. That's that's so yeah, things more important things. But anyway, people need to watch their children. Watch your children. It's everybody's at work now. I shouldn't do it. I may do this again tonight when more people are. They pass. It's mandatory that you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in South Carolina, or they passed that law that you no kid can go hungry, that you can't deny kids a lunch. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. They need to pass that all over. That was and plus, and I know some people that worked in the school system in the lunchroom at the schools, and the people that I know, they gave the kids the lunch anyway. They gave them lunch anyway. That's just them old greedy people being greedy. Cause you know what they do? They throw the food away. They throw the food away, and the kids will be hungry. But I noticed that the Hispanic workers, that like the Hispanic workers, oh, but I noticed that the Hispanic workers from other countries, they, even though they were supposed to throw the food away, they would never throw it away. They would feed the children at the schools. They would feed the children more. They really couldn't understand why so much. They would say, "Why is so much food thrown away, and why not give it to the kids when they're hungry?" But a lot of people wouldn't stand up for it. So it it makes it. And the little girl was, they said she was. I'm saying that to say that if kids are hungry, they'll go with somebody if they're offered food, just like if they're offered candy, they'll go with somebody. We got so much in our communities that we need to correct. And I'm going to say it again. Where are the men? And everybody's saying the men are in jail. Not every black man is in jail. A high percentage of them are, but the men that's out here are not men. They not teaching their boys nothing. The women ain't teaching their girls nothing. They ain't. It's just, I don't know. It just ain't. It just ain't working. It just something. I don't know. I wish our communities could go back to what they were years ago with their. I was thinking my grandmother helped raise us, and I think about it now, and I look back on it when growing up. We all had we had if mothers worked, we they had a grandmother. We had big mamas in our house. We had big mamas at our house. Yes, we did. We had people who, we had the older people who stayed home while the young people worked. We had it, and I wish we could go back to that. Cause I help with my grandkids all the time. I can't wait to get back up there, even though they grow. And I got some small ones. I got a 6 year old, a 9 year old, and a 11 year old, and I got a 2 year old. So I'm helping with grandkids because you gotta help, and the grandparents gotta help. Yeah, you get mad with your kids when they start making these kids, but once the kids get here, what you gonna do with them? What you gonna do with them? And abortion, although it's legal, and if you're a Christian and you follow the Bible, it's illegal to have an abortion. So when the kids get here, if they ain't been taught, or if they hard headed and they got the kids, as grandparents, we gotta help with the kids. No matter how mad we get with our kids, cause kids been being kids since time began. We gotta help with our kids. Where was the grandmother? Somebody should have helped with that little girl. That 3 year old girl should have never been by herself. Yes, grandmas, cousins, aunties, y'all all to blame, all to blame. You should have helped with that little girl. Everybody got blood. Everybody got blood in on their hands. I'm sorry, you know. And young women, whoever may hear this, and I hope they hear this, young women, you hungry for a man to have companionship in your life, to have a man in your life. But do you know what real men are? If you're gonna have a man, get a real man, a man that gets up and goes to work. Drug dealing money is not good money, because eventually they're gonna get caught. They're gonna get caught. They're gonna go to jail, and when they go to jail, what you gonna do? Look for another drug dealer. He go to jail. It's a cycle. You have your kids, whatever. You have them, and it's it it ain't. It's not it's a cycle. The cycle has to be broke. We need to go back to protecting our communities. We need to go back to taking care of our kids, ourselves, and go back to the old way. And when somebody tell you something about your kids, you ain't got to beat them to death, but pay attention. That's what I used to do. People, I would never tell anybody when they told me something about my son that they they were lying on him and stuff and not pay attention to it. I would ask him, was it true? He would tell me it wasn't true, but I always paid attention to what they told me. If they told me he was doing something he ain't had no business doing, I'd ask him, did he do it? He'd say no. But I always kept my eye out on that situation, and to make sure he wasn't lying. And if I caught him, if he was doing what they said he did, and then he lied to me, I would go out it for tonight, evening time, when you know evening time. I'm gonna do this when there's more people available. When because I know everybody gonna be talking about that little girl tonight. They're gonna be doing lives and stuff on that little girl. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. Anyway, I need to get up and get my day started because, like I said, it just aggravated. It's just aggravating to me to see what's going on, in all these communities. Every time you turn on the news, somebody done shot somebody done did this, somebody done did that. And what really gets me is these kids are getting missing. You got teenage girls, 14, 15, getting missing. Where are they? Nobody can find them. They not runaways because eventually, if a child runs away, somebody is gonna see them. They gonna get tired. They gonna come home, or they gonna call you. And if they run away and they get scared to come home, eventually they gonna call. They gonna call you and ask, you know, and ask if they come back home. But black teenagers are disappearing. Cops killing black folks. Black babies getting taken. Pedophilia all time high. People don't want to talk about pedophilia. They rather talk about celebrity news, old women tooting their butts up in the air, tooting their butts up in the air. Do you want me? Please. What happened to the sane black folks? What happened to the black folks with moral character? You know, with moral characters. What happened to the morals of of black women, of black men? Uh, Just, just so much. But like I said, I'm gonna address this issue better. I'm really going to address this issue much better and later on in the evening when when more people are there because everybody's at work. Yeah, 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 Mike. Yeah, yeah. That's what I say. They soft and they weak. You're right. They soft and they very weak about it. Everybody want to talk about fake stuff that don't make nothing, that don't mean nothing. I don't care about celebrity gossip. I don't. I don't care to know what people do, what celebrities do, because most of that stuff is fake. If you, if you, if they're honest, if they honest people, they will tell you half of that stuff they don't do when they not in the public eye. They live just like us. They quiet. They want a quiet life, just like us. But you know, but they want you to believe that it's all that, and it's not. It's really not. It's really not. It's about raising your kids, and that's what we need to do. We need to stand up and you know take our streets back. We need to take our neighborhoods back. They'll never come back to what they are. We Everybody's leaving. Everybody's leaving out the hood. I mean, okay, nobody don't want to live in the hood. That's true. The hood is dangerous. Hoods are dangerous, but for the people who do live there, y'all need to stand up and take them back. I'm sorry. And you definitely need to watch your kids. Everybody said move your kids out the hood. All you doing is when you move and move and move, all you doing is moving from one hood and making another hood. Yep. Yep. They don't talk about YouTube is a great platform, could be a great teaching platform if used properly. If YouTube is used properly. And I don't get YouTube. I don't get YouTube and I don't get Facebook because the nonsense that, and Facebook is a little bit better than YouTube because Facebook will take you down for a lot of stuff. But now I see they got something trending. The fake pastor the pastor that's supposed to be having oral sex with somebody. That's going all through YouTube. That's going all through Facebook, and ain't nobody talking about it. Ain't nobody talking about it at all. And this is the thing I don't understand. YouTube, all I, uh, these gossip YouTubers, the celebrity gossip, and fake beefs, and I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. It's really crazy. YouTube YouTube can be a very effective tool in a lot of things if if it's done properly, and the people would speak up and stop talking evil stuff like promoting world star hip hop. Please, that is the worst thing that it was ever done to black people, was put world star up. I don't see it much anymore, and I hope it's gone. Or if it's not gone, I hope they change their platform, because I used to see music on there. That's one thing, to put the music on there so artists can promote their music. Okay, I could go with that, but I don't see those crazy fights no more. Maybe they changed that. I don't know. But the way it is, if they left it the way it is, World Star is terrible. Yes, it is. World Star is terrible. That's a disgrace for black folks. I can't stand World Star. And I don't know why anybody would listen to that mess. But I told my grandkids, I told them they better not never let me see, they better not be let nobody uh put, they better not never let me, nobody I know, what I'm saying is they better not let me see none of their friends post them looking at a fight. And if they post the fight up, they better not let me see them in the picture, because I told them I'm going to tear their behind up, and I meant that. Well, I'm getting ready to end this. So have a good day. And whoever hears this, watch your kids. Watch your kids, because they taking our children. They taking our children. Later.